All right. Whoa. We're sitting on the beach in Long Key State Park.
In Long Key.
Yep. Oh my God. It's Saturday, January 2nd, 6:36 p.m. And what a day.
Yeah. A better day than yesterday. I've said that, but I feel like it's true.
It is true.
At least for me.
Yeah. It was still hard. The last clip we made was at some random point still on Marathon. I guess Marathon is huge.
Yeah. We didn't get out of Marathon until it must have been at least 18 miles. Well, no, we did 19 or 20 today.
20,
It was probably 15 miles that we saw the sign because it was after lunch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So from that point, we just were walking, and it was pretty mindless. We were on a side trail, or a bike path or something that wasn't on the main road, which was really nice. And it was mostly shaded.
Yeah.
Obviously flat, paved. And we were just cruising. It was very mindless.
Yeah, it was very mindless. Just looked straight ahead and just waited to get to the furthest point you could see before the curvature of the earth took over. We had a good lunch at it was some bar and grill. That was a nice little refresh point for food, and we also did a little bit of logistics for the next few days. We had planned to come here where we are now, and we're just kind of hoping that it would work out. We tried to call the state park to make sure. Well, we wanted to see what reservations were the closest to the road, because we didn't really want to walk too much, because this park is pretty big.
It's pretty big. It goes all the way around the little outlet of the island, and we were like, damn, that would be at least a half a mile to walk out to the campsite, and we'd have to walk back in the morning, and definitely wanted something close as possible. Close
to bathrooms, close to showers. The lunch was good. It was revitalizing. And after we left lunch, we met a cool guy named Seth, who...
Oh, was that his name?
Yeah. He bought us some mango Arizona iced teas.
Yeah.
He
pulled up right before the 3 Mile Bridge.
Yeah.
And he was obviously trying to talk to us. And then he showed us this iced tea. And he's like, I bought you both one, because we've been watching you on the road.
They've been following our progress.
Driving back and forth from Marathon and just seeing you walking during the day. And he's like, I'm sure you got a story. He was really sweet. He was so cute.
Very reminiscent of John Finley, mom and dad. He had a mustache. He had all the same wrinkles, a lot less teeth, and some gross toenails, but very nice man.
Salt life man.
He was very salty, for sure. And we talked with him for a bit. He told us more about him than we told him about us.
Which is usually how it goes.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a free lunch, for sure.
But he was saying that he was driving past with his friend in the car, and his friend was like, those homeless people just need to get a job at McDonald's or something and start supporting themselves or something like that. And he was like, talking to his friend, he was like, they were on an adventure. They're doing something important to them.
Yeah, and he told us.
So he came back to clarify and make contact with us, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, he told us about his adventures as a not a runaway, but kind of a 17-year-old out hitchhiking in, Oregon and California and Washington and stuff, and hopping trains and doing all this stuff in the 70s, 1970. So right after the Summer of Love. I thought about asking him about that if he went to Woodstock.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get on that bridge.
Or at least a Grateful Dead concert.
Something. He's definitely a doer of drugs, for sure. I'm sure he's done his fair share of everything that starts with A.
But he was really nice.
He was.
And the tea was cold. It didn't. It was just juice.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But
it was tasty, though.
It was really nice. Yeah.
And then we walked across the bridge. It was like a 3 Mile bridge, and saw a million fishers. We got into Long Key and still had 2 miles to go. I switched out my shoes, had a snack.
Yeah, you have some pretty serious blisters.
Yeah, I have
on your toes.
one blister.
Oh, just one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think. Let me make sure. That's good. Good. Yeah, just the one. I need to cut it open tonight. What's that thing with the floss that you do?
I think that's for a tick.
No. Like you're supposed to pierce it with a needle that has floss on the end, and then have the floss go through the skin. I think it helps against infection because it's like minty and waxy or something. I'm not going to do it, but it's something I've heard about. But yeah, we got to this state park, and we got to the ranger station, and
oh my god,
the ranger came out, and he's from Covington, Georgia originally, as we learned later in the night.
And he looked like a fucking cop, and he acted like a fucking cop.
He really did, yeah.
And I was like, oh, damn it.
He initially told us that they were all booked up. There were no sites available at all. And for me, as I told Allie moments ago, I was like, I really didn't have an emotional reaction to that because Prometheus really taught me, you know, if the inn is full, you just come back after the innkeepers leave.
Hours.
Yeah. I mean,
there's always a way in.
For sure.
Yeah.
And
we had been walking, obviously, in Long Key for 2 miles.
Yeah.
And we were passing the state park on our right side for pretty much the entire time with a low, non-barbed wire fence that we were already scoping out areas that we could camp.
Yeah, he did. I mean, when Allie says he was like a cop, he's like a rule follower and like a rule enforcer.
He was probably in the Marines.
Probably. Yeah, he had a bunch of tattoos, barbed wire and other things. And so I didn't really care when he said that there was no place for us to go because, I mean, I knew that he was going to leave eventually and then we would just, you know, do what we did last night, basically.
Yeah, but when we walked in, it said audio, video, surveillance, 24 hours in the state park, and they had gates and stuff, which were like the car gates that just like flip down, so we obviously could have went under them, but if there's someone watching them, which there probably is, I feel like we would probably have trouble, and I wouldn't feel comfortable with it because it would be trespassing even if we tried to get money to them somehow.
I love trespassing.
And I don't, so I was like, I was pretty crushed when he went into his initial spiel.
I didn't give a shit.
Because he was like, also, you're never going to find any other places to camp on this island or the next island.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's probably at least 5 miles until the next, like, community
substantial
area.
Yeah.
A lot of bridge walking coming up, so
yeah.
I was like, damn, I don't know what we're going to do.
I just thought this guy can eat a dick. I don't care what he's going to say. If you think that, you know, we always have options. I mean, we're on a beach right now, and I know the tide's coming in, but we could sleep somewhere on this little like sandy bar.
Well, we'd probably just go to the same place that we're at.
Yeah.
If it's empty at like 8 o'clock at night, we're like, oh, no one's
going to come. The gate's closed. I mean, most people are not going to come here on foot like we did, so anyway, it was all a big bait and switch and a big tease because he was like, oh well, I do have this one group spot. 2 group spots, both groups left today, and the group camping spots were open, so I don't know why he didn't lead with that, because that's definitely burying the lead and being an asshole for no reason. I think he just formulated it in order to be our savior and to give him the greatest praise and gratitude that he feels he deserves, because eventually he was like, I have these spots, they're $25, I'll give it to you, no problem, because I know you're hiking and you don't have any other options on this island, so here's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, it's weird to hate someone and love them at the same time, but this guy definitely qualifies for that. It's just like, dude, fuck you. He's from Covington, Georgia. Yeah. I think Covington is like halfway between like Lilburn and it's not really halfway, but it's on the way to Athens. Oh yeah. So he did say something, I'm fixing to get this paperwork or something, and I was like, lol, he's definitely a southern person. Yeah. He's fixing to do something. Yeah. So we appreciate you, whoever you are, but also fuck you for being so dumb. For scaring us like that. Don't do that. Like, why do that? That's just like an alpha move. That's like unnecessary. So, we got a spot. We have it set up. There's a bunch of fucking bugs out here that are terrible. The no-see-ums.
Yeah.
They're like...
insufferable.
Yeah.
It's insane.
0.1 millimeter across, these little bugs that bite you. And
you don't know they're biting you until they're biting you.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh my god, I have 15 of them on my arm. And you can kill them very easily.
Yeah.
But there's a trillion of them,
Yeah.
so they keep coming back.
Yeah, it's definitely a numbers game for these little pieces of shit. And they're doing pretty well. But
we're on the beach and there's a breeze.
Yeah.
So we're safe for now.
They've fucked off into the night, as Jeff Davis would say. And so Allie was kind enough to set up our accommodations for the night.
I
and
did not have the hardest job.
I think he did. I wouldn't want to be here with those fucking stupid
really bad.
pieces of shit. Yeah.
That's why I took my hair down. It's still like 75 degrees and like 100% humidity. But I was like, if I have my hair down, they can't get to my ears and I can whip it around to keep them out of my face.
Like a horse.
So that's what I did. And it worked.
Horse legs. Yeah. And so I went out and I walked to this convenience store that was a 2-mile round trip walk. But I went with an empty pack and a lot of motivation.
And a desire for beers.
Yeah. So that was actually the highlight of my day. Just being able to walk freely and feel strong and capable and motivated and, mission driven. Mm-hmm. And so got beers, got some citronella coils that are burning on our picnic table. Hopefully that'll help to keep the bugs away. And it's pretty dark now. We can see, I guess, some lights in the distance. Probably, that's probably Marathon over there.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
Or we did at least 3 keys today. We went through something deer key or something.
Mm-hmm.
Small deer key.
Duck.
Duck key.
Yeah.
Ducky.
Ducky.
And it was pretty weird the whole day. It was the morning was a lot of urban feeling. We were basically on a sidewalk on the side of the road.
It sucked.
And then it turned to the path and we were off the road for a while, and those just felt like connectors to get to the next point of civilization.
Yeah, I think the better part of the day started after lunch, for sure.
Yeah. Well, at that point, too, we were researching and we initially called an RV park that was 11 miles away.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, no, we don't offer tent camping.
But they mentioned this place.
Yeah. So it worked out. But,
yeah. It was a shorter day because of that, too.
Yeah, and then we realized that it was only 8 miles, or 9, I don't really remember.
Yeah, I think it was 9, yeah.
But really, every mile is so brutal out here.
It's quick but brutal, yeah.
Either way, it was more walking. But it was very motivating knowing that we would get to this point.
Mm-hmm.
And we had our fingers crossed. We were walking as fast as we could from the end of the bridge until here, just to make sure we could get here before they close and hopefully get a site, which we did, and it worked out. So at least something good is going on.
Yeah, they have showers, they have bathrooms. It'll be a good morning tomorrow.
Freshwater showers, which is going to be key and vital to our severe sunburn.
Yeah.
My legs are on fire.
Even still, right now?
Well, I put them in the sand, and it's really cool, so I think some of the heat was drawn out, but the last 2 miles were really, really hard for me.
Yeah, I feel bad
and
for
I'm
you.
still wearing pants, but now
Both
they're causing abrasions on my skin because it's so sensitive, and it feels so bad.
Yeah. So, yeah, we haven't eaten yet, and we haven't showered yet. We were talking about going into the ocean, but it's like a fucking muddy pit of shit, so we're probably not going to do that.
Yeah.
Especially because it's corrosive salt. We need some fresh water to ale our wounds and stuff, and we don't know what we're doing tomorrow, but we're planning on getting a motel in Florida City and taking a zero
day.
Yeah. It'll be just about a week by the time we get there, and it'll be well earned. I think it's going to feel somewhat similar to when we were in Great Bend, where we're just hanging out in a hotel room and doing what we want to do.
But that will be such a treat at this point because we're not waiting for anything. We're just taking the time to rest our bodies and heal our bodies because they're in pretty bad shape right now. It seems like we've never hiked before.
Yeah, it feels like that.
But we haven't hiked in a year and a half, And also, this is not hiking. This is road walking, and it's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It's so brutal.
It's surprising.
Yeah. Even though it's flat and supposed to be easy, we were like, oh, we'll cruise through the Keys in like 4 days. We'll do 30s every day, no problem. But this is really a reality check to our capabilities because the conditions are really hard.
They are.
And we're suffering.
Definitely. Yeah. Getting our bodies back in shape for the Florida Trail is definitely a bit of a fluke, and we don't know what the Florida Trail is going to be like either, but hopefully by the time, I mean, I think...
Well, at least we won't have to stealth camp or pay for camping.
Yeah, that's
that
been some
alone
bullshit.
is really exciting and enticing at this point.
Definitely.
And just not hiking where everyone turns their head and stares at you until they drive past.
Yeah, on the 3 mile bridge that we were on, getting to Long Key, pretty much every fisherman, and there were, I mean, hundreds probably, oh, maybe not hundreds, well, maybe hundreds of people
I would say.
On a 3 mile bridge, all fishing. They all definitely looked at us, and I mean, we definitely stand out, especially you with your outfit.
I look like a crazy homeless person, which works to my advantage because people are, I don't know about fearful, but hesitant to approach me and talk to me because I look so insane. But I'm actually not, and the point is I don't actually want to talk to them, so
it works out. Yeah. It's, self-fulfilling prophecy.
Did you finish that?
I did. Okay. So all the beers are gone, we gotta eat dinner, gotta get some water, gotta take showers, gotta pop my blister, I'm gonna go through my pack a little bit, got some organization and confabulation and ingestation to take care of. But, a good day overall. But man, that's the thing about hiking like this. It's like you just go in and out of good and bad, and it's like extreme versions of it. Yeah. And, your wherewithal is tested. We're definitely...
Perseverance.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting...
It's a mental game.
It is a mental game, but we have the right tools for it.
Yeah, sure.
But this is definitely more difficult and more exacting and hard on us than I expected it to be. But that's
and
part of
we're only
it.
on day 4.
Yeah. It's only day 4, but I mean, that's what you get. I mean, we're still doing like 20-mile days.
Yeah.
And
we're getting good exercise, and we're pushing our bodies, which is something you're passionate about. And we're getting around and traveling and trying new things, which is something I'm passionate about. So it works out.
It's a net positive.
Yeah.
But only barely. It's like 1% positive and 99% negative.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way, because misery loves company.
Yeah, it does.
Because this shit is so hard. I wouldn't think that it would be, but you can't really know until you're out here doing it.
Yeah, there's no way to train for something like this until you actually just do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
And I think the Florida Trail will be a sweet relief from everything that we're experiencing.
Alligators and snakes aside.
Yeah. Flooded swamps aside.
Damn. Yeah, I hope that all that shit has dried out by the time we get to it. Ugh.
Trudging through swamps. It's gonna be shit like this.
Yeah.
Knee deep, thigh deep. They said the water's high.
Yeah, that was a couple days ago, but yeah. The water has a tendency to go to the lowest place it can find, so I'm hoping.
Yeah, and the guy today said that in Florida, at least in southern Florida, the winter is the dry season, so we won't get any rain. That's what he said, so I'm holding him to that.
We haven't had too much on this hike.
No, just the first day.
Sporadic, the first day was it, pretty much, and we were in that bar by the time, the real deluge came down. Deluge.
But now we wish for it because we're being scorched by the sun every single hour.
Yellow Hitler.
10 to 4.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I wish I had worn pants yesterday so much.
Yeah, sunburn makes you have the biggest regrets.
Man, my sunburn is so much worse than yours, I think.
Well, mine's not just sunburn, it's heat rash too. Yeah. So my skin is irritated, inflamed, and super sensitive. And then it has sunburn on top of it, which makes it just really hot all the time. And then my pants are chafing against it. And
it's bad.
It's alright. It's bad. But hey, we chose to do this.
We're having an adventure.
We're having an adventure.
Yeah, it'll be something we talk about in the future.
Yeah. add to our trail cred.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm sure not many other people have walked through the entirety of the Florida Keys. So
no.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
And it'll be over in like 2 days. And we'll be in our hotel room with no bugs. And we can be clean and lay out on clean sheets so that our sunburn heals, and it'll be so nice.
Yeah.
Get Mexican food and lots of beers.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to find a hotel that has laundry.
Yeah, for sure.
Or
at least is close to a laundromat, because we'll have a zero.
Yeah.
We'll have time. But we'll also probably sleep until at least 10, because our sleep has been pretty minimal as well.
Yeah, which is not what you want when you're doing this kind of work. But it's what you get.
It's what you get.
It's part of the experience.
In the beautiful Florida Keys.
God, fuck these Keys.
I don't want to come back here.
No, this place is hell. This is what hell is like. Walking when you don't have to. Burning when you don't have to. Everything when you don't have to.
I'm glad you see it from my perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I still enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm out here for it.
But it's a temporary thing that cannot be prolonged, or else you'd go crazy.
Yeah, I can't imagine that guy, James, that we met last night.
Yeah.
Continuing to be in this area, or that area. It's just, homeless or not, no forward progression would make me feel really lost.
Yeah.
And he said he'd been there for like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah.
It's a long time. It is a good place to be for 2 weeks if you're homeless and have kids, and I don't know if he's escaping anything, running away from stuff, or if he's trying to gain something. I can't believe he's 27.
Yeah.
He felt infinitely older than I am. Just talking with him and asking questions about his life.
Older and wiser, or just older?
Just older.
Yeah.
Not necessarily wiser. I mean, he's learned some lessons, like Everclear is a bad substance to get attached to.
Addicted to.
Yeah, but
in Colorado.
Yeah, I think he's sort of lost at sea.
Yeah.
It's good that he has the dog, because I think he might be a sociopath otherwise, but I mean, I don't know. This shit's just crazy.
And we're privileged enough that we don't have to live that life against our will. So we're making plans and we're making moves to set us up for what we think will be enjoyable and achievable, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, our latest plan is to hook up with a AT thru hiker friend of ours who is trying to do some sort of a road trip in the summer, you said? So, might be a return to van life somewhat soon, and having our bikes and everything.
A better kind of van life.
Yeah.
A van life that I feel we would be really happy and having fun in. And that's very encouraging to me. That's going to be very motivating. So I'm glad that you feel that way.
Well, yeah, this is
sucks.
This is torture, but I definitely signed up for it.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you get what you pay for, and we're definitely paying for this. Everyone around us at this campsite's having a good time, and I'm sure they don't have blisters or sunburns or sun rashes or anything.
They can walk without hobbling.
Yeah. The bugs are just like sort of a slight. They have bug spray, and they have all the things that they need to make themselves comfortable while they're still being somewhat miserable. But we're being miserable like 75% of the time, and then 25% of it is luxurious, just relaxation.
Hardly, though. Like, not according to the normal standard.
No. According to suffering.
According to the thru hiker standard,
yeah.
we're living pretty good. Like, there's beer always at least 2 miles away, or under 2 miles away.
And
we
food.
We can resupply anytime we want. We never have to worry about wilderness stretches where there's no people or service.
Right.
Like, it's definitely bougie thru hiking, but it's hardly hiking. So it's like urban walking.
Yeah, but man, I would put
willing homelessness.
I would put our pains up to any person who's doing any other kind of thru hike, because I mean, I think, the blisters and everything considered, this is still we're earning our keep, and this tide is definitely rising, very very slowly, but it's much closer than it was when we first sat down, for sure.
but we're in a nice established campsite that we don't have to worry about.
We're supposed to be
cops
here.
coming up in the middle of the night, or
we have permission.
The fucking baseball field flooding from the tide.
Oh my god! Yeah.
It was a very fitful night of sleep after the cop last night. I woke up like probably every 2 hours, and then every half hour once 5 a.m. hit. I was like, we need to leave. We're not safe here.
Yeah, you did a good job. You had the right plan of action for that. I did not. I was about 10 minutes.
Well, I know not to mess with you in the morning when you want to keep sleeping.
Lol.
Because we know each other, and we're good with each other, and we love each other, and we're so happy out here doing our adventures.
Yep, adventure. It's an adventure.
It's an adventure.
Bitch. Well.
But, yeah, we should go do our stuff.
The beers are gone. The food is ready. Well, ready to be made. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
This shit's crazy.
Yeah.
I hope those fucking bugs are not over by our campsite.
They went to bed. They sleep in the grass.
I hope they all died. That's not a species. I don't care if they're a cornerstone species or a keystone species.
I don't know what eats them. It seems like nothing eats them because they're overpopulated, and every single place that there's
they're
an
too
inch
small.
Of air.
What could possibly eat them?
Yeah.
Nothing could possibly, spiders.
Yeah.
That's it. Spiders are the only thing that
And
can
I
eat
did
them.
today. I pooped before the bridge. I pooped on the beach side. Not like a beach. It was like mangrove area.
Yeah, it was a shitty spot.
But I went under a spider web both times and made sure not to disturb him because I know he's doing important work.
He's doing the Lord's work.
And now it's more evident than ever.
So yeah, spiders, alligators, and snakes. I really think that those are good creatures that help humans' general comfort. They get rid of all the bullshit. Yeah, that's true. We're not even on the Florida Trail yet.
Once you get a venomous snake bite,
Ugh.
you'll know it's not a good thing.
I'll take allergy pills and just pray for a road walk that's close to a hospital. Yeah.
Yeah.
How long is this shit? 27 minutes. Good.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
But we should go.
Yeah, we should. All right, y'all.
There's such an urgency to hiking.
Yeah, there is.
Even the breaks we take during the day, it's
they can't be more than 30 minutes.
Yeah, we have 8 more miles.
Yeah.
We can't relax. And also, when you sit down and start resting, your body just goes into this
recovery
state.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to start again.
It feels bad.
Everywhere on your body.
Yeah.
Putting on your pack again is just torture.
And talking to Seth too. I mean, we talked to him for maybe not even 10 minutes probably, but I could feel my feet starting to pool with the blood from not walking, and I was just like, man, we got to go. This is.
But he wasn't crazy, and he let us go when we wanted to.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
It was, yeah. He was a well-educated and respectful person, and we definitely appreciate it. Yeah, for sure. He's 50 years removed from his travels, perhaps, but. He let us go, which is something as a future trail angel I hope to never impose on anyone else more than they want to be imposed upon.
Yeah.
So, a good lesson for sure, being a graceful host. But,
Even if it's just driving up on the shoulder of the road and throwing some iced teas out the window.
Yeah, right.
It's all appreciated. Our first trail magic. We passed a lot of fishing people today that you mentioned, and they had barbecue pits set up and
huge
these little
tents,
hot stove things to cook their fish, and I was like, this all looks like AT trail magic. When you walk up and you see a canopy or something, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get something good, but not here. It's just people enjoying their vacation, and they don't want to talk to the crazy homeless people dressed in insane clothing.
Yeah, right. I gotta pee.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's fun.
It is fun.
But it's also not.
Yep, that's the through hikers.
So we're cutting it short, and new plans are ahead. But that's exciting because we have the freedom to do that.
Yeah, man. Privileged straight white male.
Yeah, man.
And his sex slave. JK. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.